Hi, everybody. How are you? I wanted to talk about staying healthy. It's a broad statement. I've realized with these videos, I need to make broad statements because I go off in all kinds of directions on tangents. Um, so let's see where we go tonight. And the screen is the green screen, or the background I've got is a bit weird, so I might disappear. I'm still here. If you can hear my voice, I'm still here. Anyway, staying healthy. What do you do to stay healthy? What does staying healthy mean to you? For me, I have learned that it means looking after my body, my mind, my soul, my spirit, and my emotions. And if I am managing those four main areas, and I'm keeping track on everything, then I'm usually in a level of balance. If I'm not managing one of the areas, if I'm not paying attention, if I've let something slide, then there's usually some kind of a crisis somewhere in my system. And as I have gone through life, I've discovered it's really, really important to stay healthy, or to have a practice in place to do that. Um, and not from a space of school homework or deprivation. I think people often view, I see it come up in conversations. People often view being healthy as something that they have to, it's a high jump, or it's like, oh, I've got to eat healthily, or so they live in a state of judgment of their regular behavior, and then they think they've got to go into some behavior that's alien to them in order to be health, to maintain a level of health and well-being. I prefer the word well-being, actually. And that whole cycle is unhealthy. So when people talk about eating bad foods, I mean, what does that even mean? Um, and I see a lot of people who, who like to drink alcohol, and they enjoy it. It works with their system, and then there's massive amounts of judgment over it afterwards. Again, what's with that? I personally don't drink, and it's not for any level of, trying to think what the word would be. Paragon of virtue is what comes to mind. It's not for anything like that. It never agreed with me. I got so sick as a teenager, when I was doing all the experimentation. I couldn't wait to stop. And that was just a personal choice. But you know what? I've spent most of my life being ostracized for making that choice, which I find really interesting, because I'm happy. I'm happy. My body's happy. I hated hangovers. I couldn't cope with them. I couldn't stand losing a whole day. It drove me insane. So when I actually left the UK for traveling in my 20s, and I came to California, and I discovered that there wasn't such a high binge drinking culture as there is in the UK, I was able to actually make a choice to stop drinking, without retribution. I came back to the UK, and I yeah, came back to the UK, and encountered lots of judgment about my life choices. So I find that fascinating, because I have no problem if people want to go and drink. That's their choice. It's their choice, and it's mine not to. So why should I have to keep defending it? This isn't where I was going to go with this video, but it does tie into this whole idea of keeping your well-being, staying healthy. What does that mean to you? Because if something feels like a high jump, and we've just come into January, classic New Year, people create these, I'm going to call them unrealistic expectations, masquerading as resolutions, because they think they've got to be some other place. Now, it may be they want to create some change or transformation in their body, mind, spirit, or emotions. But it's how you do that. It's working with yourself as you are and what you know to take you to that next level of transformation. I always find it comes up in movement. Movement is my thing. I love it. It gives my body just massive amounts of health. I love to move. And one of the things I get lots of people coming to classes complaining about exercise. It's that whole push-pull thing. And I always think, why don't you just find something you enjoy doing? Enjoy, it's the body, it's about movement. We're designed to move. You can't see my arms because they're disappearing into the screen, but I am waving them around. We're designed to move. And it's just a case of finding, I have a comment. Let me say hello to the comment. Oh, hello, Lee. I'm not very good with this. I'm very new to this. So the comments are like a little surprise to me. And I've interrupted myself. I love that. And it's that, and often people will say to me, what is the best form of exercise? Like they want to get to this goal really quickly, which is never going to happen. What is the best form of exercise? And I always answer with the same response. It's the one you're going to stick with. It's the one you enjoy doing. That's the one you're going to stick with. And that's it. There are no shortcuts, people. Learn that now. Get used to that. There are no shortcuts. It's all about learning about yourself, learning about what makes you feel good on a body, mind, spirit, emotions level, and then creating plans and practices in place to support that and enjoying it. And that is where it's at. And over time, you create a space of maintenance. You create a new foundation of well-being, but it's not an overnight success. It's not a 5-minute thing. It's not once and done. It's continuous. So some of my practices, moving every day. I have to move every day. Meditation every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. And I keep it really simple. Any space, sit down, lie down, close my eyes, breathe. Done. Journaling. I don't always do that every day, but that helps me stay connected. And then just, for me, it's being out in nature. That is a massive healer. Unfortunately, I've got dogs, so I'm always outside. And those are just some things just reeling off the top of my head. I eat what I love. I don't deprive. I like to have a balance. I happen to love vegetables, but I eat meat. And that's a whole other conversation, because that gets a load of judgment as well. I should do a whole thing on nutrition, because I've had all kinds of eating regimes over the years for different reasons, and it's fascinating. So it's learning about yourself, putting a plan in place, putting a practice in place. Now, if you're struggling with any of this and you want to work with me, there are several ways you can work with me. There is my Clairvoyant Power Hour, which I still can't say, which is 60 minutes. And I use my clairvoyance and I look at your energy field, and we can zero in on a particular issue, or we can take a general look, see what's going on, what's affecting your body, mind, spirit, and emotions, talk about that, make a plan, give you some next steps, and job done. You can get a lot done in 60 minutes. And it's £99 for January. It's going back up to £195 from February. So if you want a session, get in quick, because the next couple of weeks are busy and I don't have a lot of slots or space to do them. And the other way you can work with me around putting a plan in place for your health and well-being is my Supercharge Your Life program, which is 6 weeks, one-to-one sessions with me. And we focus on what I believe are I call them the 6 magic modules that I believe underpin health and well-being: movement, mindset, meditation and energy work, mood and emotions, meals, eating with intuition, and me time, all your self-care. And each session we look at a different section of those. We bring the clairvoyance into it. We create a plan. We shape it around you. So this is a program that I have a blueprint for, but we shape it around you. So at the end of the 6 weeks, you feel better on all of those levels. You walk out into your life with more certainty, and you have a blueprint and a plan in place to keep going back to and keep yourself up in that self-maintenance space. So 2 ways: Clairvoyant Power Hour, Supercharge Your Life, longer term program. And both of those will put you in a space of feeling better in yourself, better in your body, calmer in your emotions, clearer in your mind, and ready to get out into the world, do the things you want to do this year, make the decisions you want to make. Good point to finish on. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Bye.